Good morning, students. Welcome back to EVS online class. So, take out your EVS book and turn page number 109. So, today we are going to start a new lesson, and that is lesson 17. And the name of topic is Here Comes a Later. Here comes a letter. Now you can see here a letter. So later means somebody will write to someone in a piece of paper to give the information or to express their feelings, no, our thoughts. They will write in the piece of paper and they will send to the others. That we call it later. Okay, you can see the later comes a later. Let's see what it is exactly mean. Okay, let's see. Can see this letter. Amit Ali, house number 15, block C, Malviya Nagar, New Delhi, and pin number 110017. This is the address. Okay, whom we are sending, we have to write the address here. Okay, so this is a letter written. What this Rina wrote. Okay, let's see. Amit, you tell. How are you? We all friends miss you a lot. Hope you will come to Agartala in the vacation. Regards to all your elders here, Rina. So, this friend Rina is writing to her friend Amit. So, he is expressing her thought, expressing her love, no, to that Amit. No, Amit, she is writing that. How are you, Amit? We all are missing you. Hope you will come in your vacation in our place. So, and give my regards to all your elders. It is written. This we call it letter. So let's see. I am a letter. I am a letter. Letter is saying I am a letter. A letter written with a pen and paper by Rina to her friend Amit. So this is a letter written by the Rina with a pen and paper to her friend Amit. I was put in a letter box after that writing the letter and writing address. So finishing all this, first this letter will put in a letter box. I hope you have seen what letter box is. You have seen. So first it will put in the letter. First letter is written with a pen and the paper, and after that it is put in a letter box. The postman took me out and put me in a big bag. From the letter box, that postman took that letter and put in the big bag of his. Okay, postman bag, big bag. Taking a ride on the postman bicycle, I reached the post office. After that postman will ride me on the bicycle, on his bicycle. After that postman take me to the post office. Okay, there I was taken out of the big bag and stamped hard. So after that, from the postman bag it was taken out, that letter will be taken out. Then after that they will stamp. Okay, they will stamp on me, stamp hard, stamp. They will put stamp. Post office people stamp me. Okay, their stamp was of Agartala, from where my travel began, and the stamp was of Agartala. That stamp was of Agartala. Okay, from where my travel began. From where? From that post office that later began to travel. That letters travel began. Okay, after getting stamped, I reach another big bag. After getting stamped in the post office, that letter reach to another big bag, put in the big bag. Okay, another big bag. This bag had many more letters. Now here when that letter gets stamped and reach another big bag, put it in another big bag, but in that big bag had many more letters, so many letters, all heading for Delhi. All that letter is going to heading for Delhi. Okay, moving for Delhi. The red postal van dropped me at the railway station. So after that, the red postal van, it is a mail post office van, mail truck. It was post office van. Okay, that red postal van dropped me at the railway station. That letter was dropped in the railway station. After that, there I got into a train going to Delhi. After that, big bag where is the many letters, it was got into a train, which was that train was going to Delhi. So there they put that letters back. Okay, after a long journey of 5 to 6 days, I reached Delhi. I was sorted as per the area mentioned in the address written on me. So after a long journey, after 1 week, maybe 1 week, 6 days, or 5 days to 6 days, after that letters reached the Delhi. So after that, what happened? I was sorted as per the area mentioned in the address written on me. So after that, they were sent as per the area mentioned in the address written on me. It was written this, no, Ahmed Ali, house number this one, this Malviya Nagar. So it was address written on them, sorted as per the mention in the address written on them. One more stamp was put on me. After that, one more stamp, when they reached Delhi, they got one more stamp. Okay, finally the postman dropped me at Ahmed's house. After that, the postman dropped me at the Ahmed's house. Okay, give that letter to Ahmed. Okay, so this is the story of the letter, from where that letter went and finally that letter reached the Ahmed's house. Okay, how? So here is a exercise. Given below is the journey of a letter shown through pictures. The pictures are not in a sequence. Arrange this to get the correct sequence by putting number in the circle. So this is the journey of the letter. How we studied in the lesson. This is the journey of that letter from Rina to till Ahmed's house, till Ahmed. Okay, so you have to now these pictures are not in the sequence, not in the correct places, so you have to put this in a correct sequence, in a correct proper order. Okay, first Rina, she is writing a letter. After that she put that letter in the letter box. You can see the letter box. Those who have not seen, you can see here in the picture. After that postman take out that and put it in the big bag. After that postman took that letter in the post office. In that post office, that letter in that letter put a stamp. After that, again that letter put in a big bag where there are many more letters. After that letter is put it in the things. So after that, again that letter was put into the train. After that, again in the post office, reaching the post office, there again she postman people put one more stamp. After that again postman took that letter to the Ahmed's house. Okay, this is the correct sequence of the journey of the letter, from where to that letter to the Ahmed's house, till Ahmed's house. Okay, here Rina wrote a letter to Ahmed. Write a letter to your friend in the class. Don't forget to write your friend's name. Everyone has written a letter, but where do we post it. So this is the classroom exercise. So as you are not in the class, you can just write it in your home only. Okay. As Rina wrote a letter to Amit, write as Rina wrote a letter to the Amit, you also write a letter to your friends, and don't forget to write their names or the address. Okay. If everyone was finished, then where to post it, where to post that letter. Let us make a letter box for the class. We have to make a letter box in the class, but you have to make a letter box in the school, in the house only. Okay, at home only. Let's see how to make. Take an empty shoe box. You have to take an empty shoe box. No, we will get that shoe box, many shoe boxes, so you have to take that one. Then paint it with red color or paste red paper on it. You can paint that shoe box with a red color, or you can paste a red color paper on it. Okay, with the help of scissors, make a slit in the cover of the box. The slit should be big enough for letter to be put in. So after coloring or pasting a red paper on it, you just, with the help of the scissor, you make a small hole like slit. Okay, just in the cover, just to put the letter inside. Okay, that slit should be should be big enough to put the letter inside. Okay, that will be our letter box. This one you have to do in your home only. Okay, now letter box is ready. Now letter box is ready. Now drop your letter in the letter box. Now wait to receive the letter returned to you by a friend. So now after that, making that letter box, you just which letter was written by you, you have to drop that letter in that letter box which we have made. So now wait to receive the letter written to you by your friend. Now you have to wait for the letters which was written by your friends in the class only. One child will act as a postman. He or she will take out the letters from the letter box and distribute them to all the children. So one child should act as a postman. From that letter box, he or she have to take out that letters, and she have to distribute according to the children name in the class. Okay, did you enjoy reading your friend's letter? So here is asking you all that, did you enjoy reading your friend's letter? Just as you wrote a letter to your friends, in the same way your friends and relatives must also be sending letters to you. Bring some letters from home to school. See how many different types of letters are there. So sometimes, like you have written now letter to your friends, like that only. Sometimes your relatives, your friends have written letters and sent it in your home, at your home. Like that letters, you just collect whatever letters are there in your homes, you just collect and bring. Okay, let's see what the differences type of letters are here. See how many different letters, type of letters are there at home. You just collect and bring it in the school. Okay, you just, if there are letters at home, you just see. Okay, and see the differences. Okay, so here is the exercise. What differences do you see in this letters? So you have to write, you have to first see the letters. How many letters you have to see first, then you have to make the differences. Okay, whatever differences you will see, you have to just write in this. Okay, what differences do you see in this letters? You have to see that one and write. Number 2, which letters have stamps on them? All letters have stamps on them. All letters, whenever we write a letter, we have to put the stamp, postal stamp. Okay, are all the stamps similar? What are the differences? So all the stamps are similar? No, all the stamps will be not similar. Okay, the pictures and the design of all postage stamps are different. Okay, all the stamps are different. The picture and the design of the postal card stamps are different. Okay, have you seen the stamp of the post office on these letters? No. Have you seen the stamp of the post office on these letters? No. If you have seen, if there are stamp on that letters, you just write yes. If there was no stamp of the post office on that letters, you just say yes. Okay? If there is, you write yes. If there is no stamp, you just say no. Now what you have to do, this is the exercise. You have to do it by yourself. Collect different types of stamps and paste them below. You have to collect the different types of stamps. Whatever you get, you just collect and you have to paste here. Okay, that one is your homework. So how did your letter reach your friend? It reached because your friend's names and address was written on it. How? That your written letter was reached to your friends. Asking it reached because your friend's name and address was written on it. Your friend's address and friend's name was written on it. Because of that, it reached to our friends. Okay, write your full address on the postcard given below. You have to write the full name here. You have to write your full address on the postcard given below. Okay, I wrote mine address, full address. You have to write your full address in this, not this one. Okay, this one is mine. You have to write your own. Okay. So Rina's letter reached Delhi by train. How do you think letters reach distant places when there were no trains? So Rina's letter reached to Amit by a train. No, we already studied. But you think in the olden times, there was no train. How the letters reach their destination? Its destination. How you think? Okay, you have to think. How do you think? Letters reach distant places when there was no train. In olden days, letters was carried by the pigeon, okay, to the destination, right? And some people will carry the letters to the destination. Pigeon and the people will do that work. Nowadays, train, flight, no vehicle, postal vehicle, they will carry and reach that latest destination. But in olden times, pigeon and the people, some people carry that letters to the destination. Okay, visit a post office near your house or school. Observe how letters reach here and are sent from here. What other work takes place here? So what we have to do, we have to visit the post office near your house. If there are post office in your locality or near your house or near your school, you have to visit that one. You have to go and visit that post office. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to see carefully how that letters reach here, comes here, and that letters are sent from there. We have to observe. Okay, how the letters will come. Letters will come that reach that post office by the mail truck, postal van, no postal van, mail truck. They will bring the letters within that van, and there they will put a stamp, or that one they will send where the destination is where that letters have to reach. They will send in mail van or something else. Okay, so what other work takes place here? What other work takes place in the post office? In the post office, withdraw of the money will be, and the withdraw of the money, deposit of the money we can do in the post office, and many other works also will be done here in the post office. Okay, so what is this? What are Raija and her Appa saying to each other about letter? Appa, do you know today we learned about the journey of the letter in the class? I want to write a letter to Nani. Appa, they are talking about Raija and her Appa is talking about the letter. So Appa is telling to the Raija is telling to the Appa, do you know today we studied about the journey of the letter. So I also want to write a letter to my grandmother. So what this Appa is telling, you can write a letter. I'm going to make a phone call. If you want, you can also come along. You can write a letter to your grandmother, but I will make a phone call. If you want to come, you can come and talk with grandmother. Raija and Appa went out to make a phone call from a shop in the village. Appa dialed the number and both of them talked to Nani. They gave money to the shopkeeper and returned home happily. So both of them, Raija and the Appa, went out to make a phone call to their grandmother in the shop. So they dialed a number, Appa dialed a number, and they both talked with her, Nani, to their grandmother. So after that talking, after finishing a phone call, they gave money to the shopkeeper and returned home happily. Before this cell phone, now smartphones, there was a telephone, no, where we used to call and we give money, no, according to the minutes, no, how many minutes we talked with others. With that, we have to give money, no. But nowadays everybody has a smartphone, cell phone, no. So where all have you seen telephones? We have seen telephones in the telephone booth. I have seen the telephone in the telephone booth, school, some home, in friends' home. I have seen. Wherever you have seen, you have to write. Okay, telephone booth, school, home. With whom do you talk on the telephone? With my grandmother, friends, relatives, father, mother. With whom you have talked on the telephone, you have to write their name. Which of the two do you like more, writing a letter or making a phone call? Why? I like talking on the phone because it is very easy. Just we have to dial the number and we can talk with them, no. But as if in the letter we have to write a letter, you have to write names and the address of our friends, and we have to take them in the post office, you have to put it in the, so lengthy process, no. But phone call is very uh, phone call conserve time, no. In a short time only we can talk with them, we can listen the voice of whom we call, no, like that, no. So I like the talking on the phone only, make call only. Okay, whatever the differences you have seen in the writing or letter or making a phone call, you just write, you can write. Okay, here telephones are of different types. Draw pictures of telephones you have seen. So what you have to do, you have to draw the picture of the telephones you have seen. In the pictures also we can see the picture of telephones, no. In the movies also you can see the picture of telephones. From there also you can see and draw. Here you have to draw. Okay, make your own telephone. Now what you have to do, we have to make our own telephone. How to make, let's see. For this you need to need two empty matchboxes or ice cream cups and thread. What you have to need for to make the telephone, you need two empty matchboxes or the ice cream cups, okay, or and the thread. Make holes in both the matchbox or ice cream cups, pass a thread through both the holes. So what you have to do, in the match boxes or in the ice cream cups, you have to make a holes in both match boxes. You have to make a hole. After that, from that hole you have to pass the thread. Okay, tie knots on both the ends of the thread. So after passing the thread through both the holes, you have to make a knots. Okay, we have to make a knots, you have to tie a knots at the end of the thread. And your telephone is now ready. Now by doing this, your telephone is ready. Ask your friend to put one end of the phone next to his ear and you hold the other end close to your mouth. So ask your friend to hold one end to his ear, that matchbox to his ear, and you just hold another end of the matchbox to your mouth and you can talk with that. Okay, when you will talk, your sound will listen to that your friend, okay, who is holding that matchbox in his ear. Okay, take care that the thread remains stretch and does not touch anywhere. You have to what you have to take care, you have to take care that thread remains straight, no, straight, or that thread does not touch anywhere. Start talking, you can, after that you can talk. Okay, we wrote a letter, we also made a phone call. What are the similarities and differences between a letter and a phone call? We know both. We made a phone call also, we wrote a letter also, right? Then what you have find the differences, any differences you have find, that one you have to write that one. Okay, so similarities in a phone call and the letter is both are used for carrying forward the message or feelings, whatever we want to share with that person, with another person, we can do that in both letter and a phone, no, phone call. So both can be used anywhere in the world, that this letter and the phone call we can make anywhere in the world. It is used in everywhere in the world. So that one is the similarities, but differences is we can hear the voice of other person on phone but not in the case of letter. In the phone call we can hear the voice of another person, but in the letter we cannot do that one. Letters take some time to reach the destination. On phone call we can talk instantly to the other person. Letters takes a time, no, letters takes much time to reach there, to convey our message, no, but while as phone call can, we can talk instantly at a time, for just after a just minute, just few minutes we can make a call and we can talk, but letters takes a time. Phone is costlier than letter. Phone is costlier than letter. Okay, letter is cheap than the phone call. Okay, that is the differences between the letter and the phone call. Okay, I hope you understood this one. Also, you have to write. Try to make a telephone of matchboxes or the ice cream cups, and draw the pictures, and you have to do this one. Okay, and the postal card, you know how to write the address later, no, then here also, how do you think letters reach distant places when there were no trains? How they will take the letters in the olden days? We know all this, no? I hope you understood the letter. Here comes a later lesson. So this much for today. This is the end. So once go through the chapter and please study, and just you keep in your mind how to write, how what we have to write in the letter. After writing names and the address, you have to write, keep it in your mind. And in post office, how we can transfer our letters, no, like that you keep in your mind, and do your exercises, whatever you have to do in book and whatever you have to do in your note copy, please do that one, and once go through the chapter. Okay, this much for today.